This is Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish. Turritopsis is a very unique creature. It has the ability to revert back to a juvenile form, completely reversing the aging process. When scientists discovered Turritopsis dohrnii, they had no idea that they were discovering something almost inconceivable: immortality. But what about humans? Will we ever have the ability to harness this age-reversing secret? Let's find out.
Food for thought.
So you want to live forever, and you discover a company called Alcor.
Alcor Life Extension Foundation, the self-proclaimed world leader in cryonics.
And for the humble price of $250,000, Alcor will have a standby medical team ready to pick up your body in your untimely death and take it to one of their facilities where they will freeze your body to a brisk negative 196 degrees Celsius. And don't feel bad if you can't afford the full body price tag. Alcor has something called neurocriopreservation.
People who elected just to preserve their heads. Not only is it less expensive, it also saves on space.
That would be the neurocan that the patient is in, and it of course has identification on it.
Wow, talk about a bargain. What could possibly go wrong? Sign me up. Now, the whole idea behind Alcor is to freeze your body in liquid nitrogen to one day be resurrected once the technology becomes available.
Within 50 to 100 years, we will have the medical technologies needed to restore our patients to health.
But the science really doesn't support this idea. Cryonics is completely unproven, it's highly experimental, and experts say there's no way to perfectly preserve the human brain. Now, cryonics may not be a viable option today, but wipe away those tears, because there's still hope.
I'm on record saying that the first person to live to 150 years has already been born.
This is David Sinclair, a world-leading biologist who is a professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School, where he is known for his research on aging. David's theory on why we age has to do with damage to the epigenome. Now you may be wondering, what the hell is the epigenome? Well, I'll explain. All our cells have the same DNA, but how does a cell know to be either an eye cell or a skin cell? Well, that's where the epigenome comes in. The epigenome is how our DNA is assembled. Some parts are bundled up with proteins that turn the section of the DNA off, and some are left open to be turned on. And how our DNA is assembled with some parts on and some parts off, the epigenome, tells a cell what kind of cell it should be. And as time goes on, your DNA gets naturally damaged by things like UV light. So your cells have to repair your DNA to how it was originally assembled. This works perfectly 99% of the time, but the 1% of the time it doesn't get assembled properly, that is aging, according to David Sinclair. Using this knowledge, he has been able to slow down and speed up aging. What's even more fascinating is that he's able to reset the genome to a younger state, meaning we're able to reverse the aging for a group of cells. Meaning in the future, you'll be able to reverse the age of your eyes, reverse the age of your heart, kidneys, etc. But no, Mr. Sinclair is a very ambitious man, and he is now working on reversing the age of the entire human body.
That's the future, that you'll get a delivery of this virus, you'll take the antibiotic for a few weeks, be fully rejuvenated, and the doctor says, come back in a couple of decades, we'll fix you again, or we'll give you some antibiotic in a couple of decades. Well, there'll be a time when you can't really tell how old somebody is, especially when we figure out how to reprogram the body to be young again.
Now, if altering your epigenome isn't your cup of tea, there's still one more option.
Well, that's the scenario. The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. Like
for us.
Yes. Like if you can't beat it, join it. That's
Yeah.
You know, so from a long-term existential standpoint, that's like the purpose of Neuralink, is to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain such that we can be symbiotic with AI.
Neuralink is a tiny computer that is mounted onto your skull, hooks up wires directly to your brain, and those wires read and trigger electrical pulses that happen within our neurons. Neuralink has the possibility to cure many problems facing humanity.
We have an incredible opportunity to limit human suffering to a tiny fraction of what it is today in all kinds of different avenues. Pain being the essence of suffering, we might be able to control that finally. And so many other diseases, so much other suffering in the world, I think the Neuralink device could help a lot with.
Neuralink first demonstrated a chip implant on 3 pigs named Joyce, Dorothy, and Gertrude. Joyce was the control of the group, meaning she had no implants. Dorothy had an implant and then had it removed. Gertrude had multiple Neuralink implants in her brain, showing that you can live a normal, happy life with Neuralink. In 2021, they took it a step further by implanting a chip inside a monkey's brain, shown here playing Pong solely with his mind, signaling that Neuralink is ready for human trials, which begin at the end of 2022. Future iterations of Neuralink will allow humans to be telepathic, allow us to store our memories, and give us the ability to transfer our consciousness to other bodies, allowing us to live several human lifetimes. Now, looking at these 3 options, one thing becomes clear. Humanity is inching closer to extending our lives far greater than they are today, meaning we will have much more time in the future. What would you do with more time?
I can tell you one thing. If I had all that time, I sure as hell wouldn't waste it.
What's up, everyone? My name is James Miranda and I make videos on science, history, and crime. Thank you for watching this video. For more content just like this, just hit that subscribe button and I will catch you in the next one.